teams thus far go head to head, and in a situation like this, you know that there's going to be heartbreak, there's going to be sadness, and we do not thrive off of those. However, we thrive off of big teams making big plays with big players making big days, baby. So we got WE versus RNG here. WE with the Aphelios, Renekton, and Lucian ban, and RNG with the Zoe, Pantheon, and Kaisa ban. A quick first lock in here of the Olaf, followed by a Xayah Orianna counter. Both both the picks from RNG side are interesting actually, because a lot of AD carries are still available. I mean, only Aphelios was banned, only the Kai'Sa was banned, still opting to go for the Xayah. Kind of a peel back, kind of revealing a lot of the team composition, if you ask me. A series of very rapid fire picks coming out here from the side of both of these teams. WE countering with the Syndra and Camille. With the Camille out, with the Syndra shown alongside the Camille, the priority for the Galio pick has gone down significantly. Meanwhile, a Gragas pick here. RNG in the first three picks already showing two flex and kind of blind picks, because Gragas can go to the top jungle and the support, while Orianna can be played in the top and middle. That's kind of a specialty of RNG here, as Samira is banned away. RNG opting to pinch out the AD carry champion pool, probably as well as the support champion pool from the side of WE. And WE, this is the beauty of RNG's draft thus far. They don't really know what is going where. They can only try to coax RNG into sending the champions they have into specific roles. For example, pinching out the AD carry champion pool, AD carry jungle champion pool on Wei means that there's less chance that he'll have less options available to him, because either way, AP is definitely going to be towards the top side, regardless of whether it's top lane Orianna or the mid lane Orianna. In fact, what would be really funny and kind of beautiful here if we perhaps were to see a Renekton locked in here from side RNG. Oh, Renekton's banned, sorry. But if the Renekton was available, they could actually do Xiaohu top lane with the Orianna and a mid lane Renekton on the side of Crying. As the Galio is banned out here, RNG not wanting to give WE even a support Galio in order to initiate the Camille Galio combo, which is fair enough. Priority for Galio may have fallen slightly, like I said previously, but not enough apparently, because Galio Camille is still a incredibly strong combo in of itself by its own rights. RNG with the Alistar pick, I feel like this is just kind of picking it away from the side of WE. Right, Alistar, of course, is one of the top two support picks, top two most contested support picks in the LPL right now. Of course, Alistar does so well into Xayah as well, because if you literally can knock Xayah away, and Xayah has incredibly short range, only 550 or 525 if I'm not mistaken. Vayne is being covered here along with a Tristana. Tristana as a pick I actually really like to see in the bottom lane. Has tons of burst potential, takes towers incredibly fast, and has that mobility as well as the scaling of her passive for her auto attack range. Instead, Leona is locked in here, can't be too surprised. As I said, Alistar is one of the two most contested and popular support picks. Leona is the other in response. As we see a Jhin locked in here, and WE's team composition comes to a head. We have the diving members of the Olaf and the Camille, the long range firepower support of the Jhin, as well as the long range engage of both the Syndra and the Leona. Overall, a pretty good diving picking composition. Meanwhile, on the side of RNG, they have much more of a team fight peeling composition with the Xayah. Of course, you can't really chase forward very well with the Xayah, and with that Kindred locked in, it kind of just confirms it is a double AD carry composition, with the Gragas in the top lane to provide the engage/disengage, as well as the tanky front line. Of course, that is unless Xiao Hu decides to go for the AP. We see Kindred still in the top side here, I believe. Yeah, there we go. That nearly got me for a second, because Xiao Hu, you really never know what the man is going to play. He's such an electrifying player to watch, and it's only gotten better since his transference from the mid lane towards the top lane. Looking at both of these compositions, I must say that I very much like the Kindred pick here, because Kindred excels against team compositions where the enemy has to come into you, and Olaf and Camille, in every sense of the way, have to come into you. The only way Camille doesn't fly into you is if she's just constantly split pushing, but constant split pushing also involves an element of diving at the enemy and taking fights 4v5. I really like this Kindred pick. If I had to choose, ladies and gentlemen, I would say that the Royal Never Give Up RNG composition is looking phenomenally exceptional right about now. Also have really good scaling into the late game. WE's team composition, of course, doesn't scale badly either. However, I must say that if the game were to go long, the advantage would most definitely go towards the RNG side. Early game, however, Olaf can potentially run over the Kindred. Kindred with her Q does have some avenues to make some outplays. If you dodge the first undertow from the Olaf, you're in a pretty good position. However, getting hit by the undertow could lead to a rapid death because undertow's cooldown is much shorter than the leap of Kindred. Xiaohu, based on his runes, doesn't look to be providing us with with any AP Gragas to see today, which makes sense because his team already does plenty of damage. All he needs to do is be that beefy front line and provide the disrupt. You might not be able to disrupt an Olaf, but a Camille flying in can be body slammed out of the air, can be explosive cast out of the air. In fact, the Alistar can even come in and headbutt him away as well, ladies and gentlemen, as we are loading into the Rift. It is time to fly. In a short game, I would say that WE definitely have the advantage, but in the longer game, RNG are looking good. So the onus is most definitely on WE to make the plays as this game goes on. Of course, they can just farm it out in the beginning and hit a very good, strong mid game as well, because WE's team composition overall very nicely rounded as well. As we see here, both teams just doing a defensive start. Looking to be a red side start for the No, actually, I think Kindred is going to go down. This looks to be a leashed blue buff for the side of Kindred, while the Olaf looks to be starting his own blue buff without a leash. The advantages, of course, of being the clearing machine that is Beishang, that is Olaf, is that you do not need a leash whatsoever, and so nothing is revealed to your opponents. Oh, actually, the Kindred opting to go for... Interesting. Opting to go for the red buff without a leash as well. Of course, being able to kite the camps, you will also be able to do it solo. You might not be as healthy as the Olaf, as Missing walks up, gets the stun onto Ming. Ming having some damage traded onto him by Jiomeng. Aftershock is procced by Missing, meaning he takes very little damage. Ming, on the other hand, not being able to proc the Aftershock, as bot lane playing with quite a fair bit of aggression, trying to zone each other out. WE, with the advantage here, will be able to hit a quicker level 2, and for that reason, RNG is just backing off, opting to wait for the wave to crash. Looking at the Beishang staying quite low in the top side. Meanwhile, Xiaohu hitting level 2 first, misses the body slam. Bree now hitting level 2, which means Xiaohu is in a slight bit of danger, taking tons of damage. However, the sustain in the Gragas kit can be seen over there, as Xiaohu just taking a swig from his wine bottle and getting a fair chunk of HP from it. Now in the bottom side, both junglers are clearing at not actually anywhere close to the same speed, as Olaf is 16 CS to the 12 of Wei. In this bottom side contest for the Scuttle Crab, most definitely Olaf will have the advantage. Both his bot lane and his mid lane have priority, Crying getting some damage onto Shanks, as Shanks attempts to get that priority ahead of the 3 minute 15 Scuttle Crab spawning. Beishang now leaving his jungle at 3 minutes, has tons of time to frolic around, but Wei, having considered this, is actually farming up his top side, having cleared his red into his bottom side. Meanwhile, 3 lanes of priority going towards the side of WE. What will Beishang do after this Scuttle Crab? Will he go in deep for some wards? He has yet to use his ward. Oh, the mark actually spawning in the top side as Breathe walks down to try and... Will he try and secure it is the question. It will cost him a bit of time. However, his wave is in the tops. Is already crashed in the top side. Looks like he's starting it up himself. Wei not wanting to give anyone an advantage, not wanting to give the opponent an advantage, as WE's team is explosive and can run away with these advantages. As we see here, a beautiful first 4 minutes of the game played by WE, having a pushing bottom side and allowing their Olaf to secure the bottom Scuttle Crab, as well as get some deep vision in. As we see, there are 2 wards now out in the jungle of the Kindred. She recalls, if she walks back towards the bottom side, she will find it pretty empty. Of course, given the different way that she cleared her camps will not be up as quickly. She chose a rather inefficient route in order to prioritize safety, as Beishang double scuttles Wei, I'm sorry, and I'm curious to see what he will do after this. Top side is potentially a lane that he could gank. However, Gragas does have that mobility as well as that tankiness from his W, as Wei invades the bottom side, looking for wards to clear out. Jomong and Missing. I'm not quite sure if they saw that I saw that Bloom go down there, as they are in a potentially precarious position. However, they're playing incredibly safe. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Cryin and Shanks going at each other. Neither player at level 6, neither player even close to level 6, in fact, but just slinging spells at each other. Where is the Beishang actually might be face checking in. Oh no, not even close. Beishang is clearing out the wards. Meanwhile, little counter jungling coming in here from the side of Wei. Now with Dragon up, Olaf will most definitely want to play towards this bottom side, because he is definitely stronger than Wei right now, being able to farm so much more quickly. Look at that, 46 to 25 CS lead. This is why that pick is so exceptionally strong, because you are just legitimately non-stop farming as this champion. He spotted out in the Krugs camp by the ward dropped by Wei previously. Gala and Ming walking up to try and tempt him out, putting a ward down. Beishang just flinging an undertow. And Shanks is actually, he's recalling now, does not have teleport, has accumulated a little bit of a CS lead. Now, with this situation, with the wave definitely going to be pushing back towards the side of RNG, I wouldn't be surprised to see Shanks start up the dragon here, as to be expected. The early game is most definitely going to be entirely in control of WE. They have pushing lanes and potentially right now stronger fights should they break out. Missing just helping to expedite the taking of this dragon, and Olaf has just been in complete control of this early game. Really, nothing much that Wei is doing wrong per se. It's just that Beishang is doing everything right now. As we have accumulated a bit of a 500 gold lead for the side of World Elite. Both teams pretty much just farming it out at this point in time. Looking at the items here so far, mid laners have pretty much even items. CS wise, everything is looking pretty even across the board, with the exception of course of the Olaf and Kindred CS disparity. Now, with Rift Herald spawning in about a minute's time, I'm curious if we will see WE rotate their bottom lane up after pushing out a wave. They have just finished channeling their recalls, of course, which means that they've cashed in on the advantages that they wanted to. They could just push out this next wave and begin rotating up. I wouldn't be surprised to see that at all. Meanwhile, on the side RNG, the question is, will they give this up? Because if it's 5 members of WE versus 5 members of RNG, most definitely RNG are in a more precarious position and not so safe of a spot, as the next Rift Herald is taken out before it basically even spawns. They immediately scooped out of the water. WE exerting immense control over the dragon. Wei is kind of just being starved out from the scuttle crabs and his marks. So far, 0 marks, having no advantage whatsoever, as the bottom lane pushes in and begins their rotation up towards the Rift Herald. Could potentially be looking to just ward up the bottom side jungle, maybe even contest a potential blue buff. Deciding that as long as WEC RNG's bottom lane still here, they don't need to rotate either, because in a straight up 3v3, WE are looking incredibly strong as well. Will blue buff be... Oh no, I thought blue buff might potentially go over to Shanks, who's kind of low on mana and might not be able to keep up. There we go, because if Shanks doesn't have mana, he won't be able to keep up with the wave clear of Crying, which means first rotation advantage, and WE do not want to allow that at all. No way Jose. Xiaohu is trying to clear out a ward, however, he is in a slightly precarious position. Beishang arriving on scene, ready to start up the Rift Herald quite promptly, only 37 seconds after it has spawned. In the bottom side, the bot laners have not decided to rotate. That being said, Ming is up here, and Crying is beginning to move as well. It is a 4v3 situation as the bot lane of WE begin rotating up as well. Both bot laners coming means this will most definitely be a easy secured Rift Herald for the side of WE, clearing out vision as they come, letting the members of RNG know that WE is here to claim the Rift Herald. Ming has already started it up, and a very late rotation coming in from Gala. I really don't know if this is the right decision, because I feel like RNG cannot really contest this, ladies and gentlemen, but I think we might be seeing the first team fight of the game. I am excited, as a good bunch of team fighting ultimates are available for the side RNG. Curtain Call is unleashed. Crying takes the first bullet. Ming gets stunned up, uses ultimate, flashes in on to the Syndra. A big commotion coming out as the dragon is stolen by the Cringer. However, it is just a deny as Ming is tagged by the Solar Flare. 4 members knocked aside as the Ragnarok comes in slightly late, and a good Rift Rift Herald deny coming in as Missing is pulled in, heal used by Geomung in order to save him, and just like that, the fight is over. A 1 for Rift Herald trade. I think it is very much worth. All things considered, RNG had a Rift Herald looked to be incredibly 100% lost by a beautiful smite coming in from Wei, who in spite of the CS disparity has managed to maintain his level lead. And the first the first Scuttle Crab on the side of RNG actually goes towards Gala instead of Wei. It's a tragedy. In fact, the funny thing is that Beishang is clearing his jungle with such efficiency that the marks don't even have time to appear on his camps by looks of it. They can only appear on the Scuttle Crabs, and as of right now, absolutely no marks going over to the side of that Kindred. It is an unfortunate turn of events, to say the least. All things considered, however, Rift Herald not going over the side of WE means that no tower pressure, no plates going over to their mid laner, which is where I expect the Rift Herald to go through. All the towers are quite healthy for the side of the RNG, and which is a really good sign actually, because like I said, Gala along with RNG are just looking to scale out the game. If they can do that, they are in an exceptionally good position. And honestly, Ming, fantastic job there, jumping into the back line, disrupting Shanks. And yeah, there's really not much to say. Beautiful team, beautiful series of events unfolding for the side of RNG. But WE, not to worry, have the consolation prize of the Mountain Drakes. Pretty much looking to take it as soon as it spawns. RNG realizing, understanding the composition, know that this is not a dragon that is worth contesting over. Looking to perhaps fight for the next dragon as Breathe spots out Wei, looking to get a quick invade over. Wei jumping over very aggressively. No one in position to help Breathe, but Breathe turns on Wei, getting a chunk of his HP with just his Q. Wei, on the other hand, actually just tickling Breathe through that passive shield, actually getting very little to nothing done. As the members of RNG, 3 members strong, are in this top side looking to get a little something. Ming actually, with his hack slash, is looking to jump over the wall. He could have potentially been caught on there as Missing and Shanks were moving up to him with malicious intent. Breathe, of course, does have his hook shot and does have the Hextech ultimatum to close the distance very quickly. Resets coming in here on both sides, as looks to be nothing to contest over for the next 4 minutes. That being said, it is possible that WE could potentially look for a tower dive in the bottom side, trying to attack Gala and Ming. However, that's incredibly strong considering Gala is level 6, Ming is as well level 6. And with that Gale Force completed by both AD carries, neither is a sitting duck anymore. Gone are the days AD carries are easy to take, as the first mark of Wei is finally delivered to him on the head of Ming. Happy year of the Ox Wei. It is your first mark. Hopefully there are more to come, as Breathe just securing himself up a simple and quick tower plating. That looks to be the first tower plate taken on the side of WE, and only the second of the game, as the first was going over to Xiaohu, I believe. Also in that top side tower. Now, a bunch of pings going on on the bottom side with both junglers in the area. Could we potentially see a play here? Very unlikely, as again, Wei is just looking to avoid Beishang like the plague in the initial 15 to 20 minutes of the game, and then for the rest of it, he can perhaps look to kite him out. Beishang with that ghost and with the ultimate, however, won't be incredibly easy to kite out. It does have the blue smite for the slow as well. Honestly, the way the game is going, given the amount of kills and the gold and the distribution of resources, I must say that RNG are looking to be in a fantastic position. Even Wei has managed to catch up, only 14 CS behind Beishang now, as opposed to the original was about 20. He's also finished up his Gale Force as well, even more ability to kite out the Olaf. And as the minutes roll by and as the seconds tick by, Xiaohu, a fight starting out here. Breathe as the Hextech Ultimate comes out to dodge the explosive cast. Double teleports are coming in from either side as Beishang just takes so much damage from Wei. Oh, ultimate flashed out of from Shanks, a beautiful one indeed. As wow, Wei, in spite of not getting any marks whatsoever until about a minute ago, actually just chunking out Beishang, using his Gale Force for the additional bit of damage, and that is not a laughable amount of damage either, as Xiaohu is getting to the point where he is pretty tanky. 3 members of WE's team are AD, of course, and Xiaohu with just that Bramble Vest and that Balmy Cinder actually able, and of course the Plated Greaves, actually able to tank it up for a fair amount of time. Things are really looking good here for the side of RNG, as finally I see a mark on the jungle, which is not on the Scuttle Crab. It's actually on the Grump of Beishang, who will most definitely move up to secure it. Scuttle Crab is spawning in the top side, as well as different laners are approaching it from different directions. A ward coming down, and not to mention Rift Herald is soon to be spawning with Dragon a minute and 30 seconds from now. Now, with the amount of mythic items that are currently being completed, Xiaohu, as soon as he backs, or he doesn't have his Rift, oh, Body Slam getting him just out of range of that hookshot. Breathe still playing incredibly aggressively. Of course, the longer the game goes, the better it's going to be in terms of the 1v1 for Breathe. When he fighting Xiaohu, Ming is in the bottom side, just simply warding it up to the fullest extent possible as Gala roots up Missing. Missing is being doven under towers. AD carry is not there. Ultimate is popped by Ming as he flashes out of the range of that E. Pretty good attempt there. Ming with his Hex Flash won't be too sad about busting his Flash. However, that means it will not be available, as Beishang, realizing that everyone is in the bottom side for the side of our RNG, claiming this Rift Tower for himself. As a teleport coming down, it's a 5v2 situation under the tower as Wei blocks off the escape route. Teleport coming in here from Breathe. Shanks is on the way as well. Ooh, oh no. Immediately destroyed is the bottom lane, and Breathe teleports into his death as well. RNG opting to pulling the trigger in beautiful fashion, extremely decisive play. Punish WE for trying to make a play on the Rift Herald in top side. Teleport coming in from Breathe, just eliminated. What happened to Xiaohu? Did Xiaohu get ganked or something? I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna need to see a replay of that. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I tried my best. Anyways. Slight bit of a consolation prize going there to WE, as the Dragon Rift Herald is dropped on the mid lane tier 1 tower, and first tower for the side of WE goes towards them. Let's see how it happened in the fight that unfolded here. Jiomeng is on the ball, flashes out of the shockwave, and then Wei comes in. Missing is chunked out by both Crying and Wei. They are pinched under the tower, and oh, Xiaohu coming in with the flash body slam, not letting either of them move, and explosive cast actually pinning Jiomeng into the wall. And Breathe, realizing that there was no way out for him, opts to take Xiaohu with him. Lane partners, don't go anywhere. Don't stay too far away from each other, regardless of whether you're in the top side or in the bottom side, it seems. And just like that, a triple kill going in towards the side of Gala. Gala now, having completed his Essence Reaver, is looking to be in a phenomenal position. Honestly, the damage ringing out from Wei at this point, I'm sure he collected at least 1 stack. Hopefully, I'm praying for him. Poor Wei. Honestly, at this point in time, how many stacks could he potentially have? I think he's got 2. He could potentially have 3, but I do believe he only has 2 stacks. But Wei, all things considered, is doing a phenomenal job, honestly. Oh, stun being dodged out there by Wei with his Q. He's doing so much damage, and it feels as though the Olaf, in spite of having a level lead and a 20 CS lead, has already fallen off almost completely towards this. Oh no, as Xiaohu is jumped on by Breathe, in comes the Ragnarok and roll as Beishang comes in to help secure the kill. Xiaohu actually almost getting out of here alive. Breathe is gifted the kill from Beishang, who was just stalking Xiaohu. Xiaohu being bullied here. However, Gala taking revenge for him on the top side by taking the tier 2 tower of WE in the top side, as WE with a late rotation are looking to try and come up here. However, I'm pretty sure RNG are about to bail out as soon as possible. Breathe taking some tower damage in the bottom side will most likely take it down as well. Not so bad here. Tier 2 for tier 3 tower. Not the most worth it. However, at least a little bit of a trade could go on the opposite side of the map. As, oh my goodness, Wei is still on the first stack. Smite coming down, securing blue buff away from Shanks or Beishang for that matter. As we look at the gold lead, Gala and Crying leading the table with Shanks and Jiomeng not too far behind. Breathe and Beishang, actually 4 members of WE are in the top 6 of gold acquired this game. Of course, no surprise that Beishang is above Wei in this regard. However, Again, Wei doesn't seem to care. Wei doesn't seem to care that he has got barely any stacks, that he's 20 CS down, almost 30 at this point, is doing tons of damage to Beishang. Honestly, I am very surprised at the output that is available for Wei at this point in time, as Dragon is spawning in 10 seconds. Looks like WE wanting to further accelerate the pace of this game, are actually looking to start it up as soon as possible. Breathe is farming up the Krugs on the bottom side of the map, however, as Xiaohu has already made his way towards mid lane by this point in time. Ming, missing a hit but pulverized combo that would most definitely have led to the death of Missing. Not a single WE member was within a screen's distance from him. Missing just channeling his recall now as members of WE look to reset in order to get more items as well as wards. Xiaohu rolling down towards this bottom side in order to catch the wave that has just been pushed in by Breathe. Breathe wondering whether it's safe to go up now, as Wei, potentially could be stunned up here by the stun. Beautiful WE combo is getting CC. Ultimate coming down in perfect times. Lamb's Respite saving him. However, the curtain call coming in, slowing out Ming. Ming taking tons of damage from Shanks, and from beautiful WE combo in, flashing out Gala, just shredding through the health of Missing as Jiumeng and Xiaohu into the fight. Shanks is being escorted out of the fight by Jiumeng, but a flash in from Gala brings him back in and sends him back to the base. Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful flank there from Xiaohu, being in perfect position to use his body slam as well as explosive cast to CC up Shanks and Beishang, send them both back into his team. They thought they were out, however, this bouncer bounced them back in as opposed to out, as the mark in the bottom side crab is up. However, it looks to me that Breathe will most likely claim that for himself. Tiamat coming in from Breathe to enable him to push the lanes a little bit faster. However, Xiaohu just has so much wave clear. Shanks hitting a beautiful combo here on to Wei. Wei managing to proc his Lamb's Respite as we see them running away. Ming looking to be slowed up here exceptionally as TP coming in from Xiaohu right there. Ming actually flashing out of the fight, and Xiaohu actually stuck on something, gets his flash body slam combo and a beautiful explosive class, simply sending two members of WE to their deaths. Shanks trying to flash out, but Gala just flashing after him in response. Missing is chunked out here as Baron buff is on the side of RNG, but Dragon is up now. The next point of contestation, WE, despite losing the last fight, pretty handedly are looking to make some plays. Ming chunked out by a Scatter the Weak combo fairly significantly. However, his ultimate is up. Gala's ultimate is not up for this fight. Neither is Curtain Call. That looks to just be about up right about now. RNG taking as Ming goes on to Jiumeng forced to flash out. Missing trying to go in to save his AD carry, unfortunately has to pay for his sins, as he did not have any way of getting out of there save in a body bag, as Xiaohu is looking for a wide flank. Does have his ultimate, does not have flash, does have body slam of course, as Jiumeng knowing better than to walk any closer, realizing until his team has arrived that he could potentially be Doven in the blink of an eye, as the members of RNG rotating towards the bottom side now to give Wei his potentially third or fourth mark of the game. If this is his fourth mark, this could be huge for RNG, as they say, this is where he hits his power spike. Let's see now as RNG siege up the tier 2 tower of bot lane. So far, WE looked to be quite in control of this game until, of course, RNG being able to not lose too much. That Rift Herald steal was monumental. It was a huge moment for them, as Breathe is pushing out on the top side while RNG are just 5 men strong, bulldozing the bottom side of WE's base. Breathe still not moving, having taken the tier 3 tower, pushing as quickly as he can, doing a fairly decent job. However, RNG with their Baron and Power recalls for the next 40 seconds will be able to just get out, pillaging the base of WE, taking 3 towers, pressuring the bottom side. Breathe now just looking to secure whatever resources he can from the side of RNG, as he knows that his side has already been pillaged. He's got to get something back as much as possible. Gala now, having finished his Infinity Edge, is going to shred anything that can stand before him. Nobody is really a tank on the side of WE. Missing hasn't even completed his first item yet and is looking to just wilt in front of the pressure of Gala. Gala 5 levels ahead of Missing. Jiumeng 1 item down. things are looking grim for the side of WE. 4k gold advantage over to the side of RNG. Beishang's just really been farming all day, and admittedly the farm advantage may have been useful in the beginning, but at this point Wei, with his 3 to 4 stacks and his 2 items, is just so strong as well. Now, we see RNG positioning on towards the top side of the map, looking to siege down the top side while giving themselves an avenue to rotate into the Baron when it spawns in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Breathe, however, is getting a good headway on the push, will be able to do a lot of pressure. Oh, Ming actually missing, sorry. Actually, Wei has backed, however, and will be there to respond to this push. As members of RNG looking to collapse onto Breathe. Breathe just channeling his recall into a safe location, crying, sneakily hiding his ball in the wall. As okay, looks like RNG looking to just slow down the pace of the game slightly, waiting for objectives to spawn in order to draw out the members of WE. 2 minutes might seem like a while, ladies and gentlemen, but when you're just happily farming up your items, it really is not that long. Xiaohu pretty much doing his job at this point, just being an indomitable tank. As a teleport coming in from Xiaohu. Xiaohu does have flash, does have E, does have explosive class, flashes over the wall, away from the solar flare. Jumong running while he can, but the explosive flash actually pushes him into Gala Gala, losing his skill force and his ultimate in order to chase down Jumong. Shanks can do nothing as he watches his AD carry get taken down. Wei is chunked out slightly, however, does not even need to use his ultimate and is escorted out of fight by Ming. And just like that, I'm pretty sure RNG, I think they might end the game here. The game might literally be straight up over as Shanks trying to get a stun out, manages to hit Crying, however, is not in position to collapse, to use that to his advantage. As a flash coming in there, oh my goodness, Shanks was just flashed on by Ming, and the bouncy castle ensues, pulled in by the shockwave of Crying. And if the game wasn't over before, it most definitely is over now. Gala untouchable, does not have his guild force, however, does not have his ultimate as well. Potentially something could happen here from Breathe and Beishang, but the chunking coming out from Crying's Orianna is dissuading the members of WE. A 4v5. Beishang walking forward, but so far has been actually nullified, neutered, some might say, as opposed to this Kindred just having the time of her life, and Gala also that 5-man dive for the triple kill in the bottom side, most definitely setting him way ahead of this poor Jin, who is doing the best he can with the resources he has, managed to keep up in CS. If you see here, Xiaohu with a beautiful TP flank. The vision control so far from RNG has been exceptional. Missing identifying him, realizes he needs to stun him out. Flash coming out, actually dodging the solar flare as Jomong is just explosive cast into position. Gala using his gale force to get into position and his ultimate to dodge out from the stun of Shanks, actually exploding him and then taking Missing's life as well. Dragon is up, as is Baron, both looking to go over to the side of RNG. W can't even look to contest or even try and rush the other objective out. However, even though I say they can't, they are still going to try. As Breathe teleported in, he is level 16, he does have his ultimate. Baron is being taken down so incredibly low. Xiaohu is just tanking up the shots as Smite comes in to secure it. Wei takes it with no problem. Xiaohu is stunned up, and Beishang using his ultimate to actually roll out of the fight. Missing jumping in, trying to jump onto Gala. Gala using his ultimate to dodge away from the hook shot of Breathe, and the hook the feathers coming into gate. Oh, Gala is taken out from the fight. However, it is too little, too late, and Wei is completely untouched. That's the purpose of the double AD carry composition as well. Wei also having a beautifully timed Lamb's Respite, actually keeping Gala alive for so long, allowing Gala to get a few more seconds of damage, and a few more seconds of damage from this super Fred Zaya is all that they need to take down the game. 5 players going down. Baron buff over to the side of RNG. 28 minutes into the game. 10 kills up, 8,000 gold up. RNG take game 1. And yeah, it's really nothing much to say. A textbook play here from the side of RNG, playing their lanes well, playing the map well, playing towards their win conditions, and just waiting for the time, biding their time until they got stronger, and just running away with the game. Beautifully done. And thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching game 1. We'll bring you game 2 tomorrow. See ya!